Hello, my name is Adam. It's nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vida. Nice to meet you.
I'm from England, the south of England, near London, by the sea.
So I'm from USA.
It's usually very grey, quite dark, gloomy, kind of dark clouds, occasional rain, but just not very sunny. Most of the year in England we have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter, autumn or fall. Summer is very short. Maybe you can get about 1 week's worth of summer, like real sun, but the rest of the year not so bright, pretty gloomy. So as soon as it does get warm, everybody just shorts on, t-shirts on, and goes to the beach and just tries to be outside as much as possible, just because the rest of the year it's not that great. Winters are long and dark, and in between summer and winter it's just pretty average, but just mostly occasional rain.
The weather is really different, depends on where you live. So I used to live in northwest part of USA, which is Idaho. And in Idaho it's quite weird because one day it can rain so much and the next day it's just gonna be so sunny and bright. And the next day it's gonna snow somehow. So the weather in Idaho sometimes is very unpredictable, to be honest. So it was like 4 seasons, but sometimes it's like so mixed. I really couldn't understand it. Oregon and Washington, they're known to have like a lot of rain and a lot of gloomy places. And then if you go down to California, like the south side of California, it's sunny. So I think it's quite weird. In one country, there's so many regions and they're also different.
Usually in the news, at the end of the news, there's a short forecast where they'll say, winds are coming in from the east and there's a light shower and you can see sunny spells over here. But I think many people are often just let down by that. It says, oh, it's going to be sunny tomorrow, and it just isn't. So I think there's a lot of distrust. It's not really taken too seriously. It doesn't seem like too much of a science in England. Like in the summer, like there's a lot of music festivals, and it's supposed to be, that's English summer. That's meant to be the best weather of the year. But there's been so many times when it's just been torrential downpour and it's just turned into an absolute horrible weekend. So those kind of things are a bit annoying when they're not as accurate as they could be. Like most people's phones have like an automatic weather thing that shows the forecast, but honestly I've never been too bothered about the weather, or none of my friends. It's usually my mum that tells me that it's going to rain tomorrow, and then it doesn't, or it's going to be sunny and then it isn't. I just wake up and look out the window and that was the weather. I personally don't really prepare too much for the weather, because I think often the news forecaster isn't particularly reliable. In England, no one really carries an umbrella. If it rains, you just accept it, and hopefully you're close to home and you just shoulders up, just go where you need to go. But yeah, I've never really had an umbrella in England. As a kid I did, but in Korea I have at least 15 umbrellas, like no joke. Korean people are a bit more prepared for the weather than English people, I think. So I think they're probably more resourceful than us about finding out how the weather will be. And I'm sure technology has advanced to be more accurate. So I don't really know, again, what people use, but it doesn't seem to be very accurate.
I think the best way is to always check the internet and just where you go. Let's say if you go to LA, just go LA weather on Google. Just search it up and it will be there. And if you want more exact time, it's just like which day you go, just look it up online. Just say LA weather on November 8th and it will just come out. Usually people in USA, they just search it on Google. There's no specific site they just go to. So you search it on Google and whatever comes first is what people usually go with. These days people don't really watch TV that much and they don't watch news so much. So they just go on like online and just search it up. You get numbers. And then you also have pictures like sunny and like cloudy pictures too. Oh, I think maybe I can show you. So basically this is Google and I just go search Boise, Idaho weather. This is what I was talking about. It's just gonna be on the main page. See, if you move this bar, it all shows time, how is the weather. And you can change the Fahrenheit or Celsius. And it tells you the percentage too. Yeah, this is like the best way to go.
That's a good question. So yeah, in Korea they have the fine dust and stuff. In England, we have something kind of similar. We have it's called the smog. It's like this like dark, low laying cloud that's around London, which is just dirt really. I don't think there's too much you can do about it. And maybe people are wearing masks now, I'm not sure. But I think mostly what people in England care about is if it's going to be sunny or not. Everyone's waiting for a nice day just to plan something or go somewhere or just not go go to work for the day. So I think in England it's most important just to see when the weather will be nice.
Korea is so humid in summer, so humid, and in other places quite dry. The first time I came to Korea, the airport door opened and the humidity just like slapped me in the face because like, welcome. But in USA, I never had that humidity problem, never. So I didn't even know what is humid weather is like. But if you go down where's the ocean or sea, of course it's gonna be humid. North and east sides, like very cold. But as you go down, it's gonna get hotter eventually. And some like the very south, I don't think they have winter.
Difference between British and Korean weather. Although we have the same seasons, Korean seasons are a lot more intense. Like summer, it's very humid. Like in England, we don't have any humidity, so it's really hot. And the winter also a little bit more extreme. So the summer and the winters are just a bit more intense than in England. Other differences, obviously you have Changma, like the monsoon season here, which is, I like it as long as I know when it's coming. So again, I can check the weather here and it's pretty accurate and shows when it's going to be. I quite like that. I do like English weather, like the rain reminds me of England, so that monsoon season is quite nice.
In Korea is they have so much information to provide you with everything. Like they take it serious, so they have a lot of like information on it for you. In USA, if you want to check the weather, they normally, like from government, they normally don't have it in many languages. Maybe it will be in Spanish and English, and that's it. But in Korea, this website, it has it in Japanese, Korean, Chinese, English, many languages. Yeah, so you can, when tourists come here, like they can easily check the weather easily.
So actually that's how I tell the weather here. In the morning if it's sunny, but I see someone carrying an umbrella, it's like, oh, I think it's probably going to rain. Really bizarre. Like whenever I'd see someone with an umbrella, then later on it would rain. So I was like asking people at work, so how come your weather system's so good at predicting what's going to happen? So my weather report is looking at other people on the street. In Korea, there's a lot more accurate and detailed sites that you can use for your plans. And again, so fast about how that they can give you the information. Yeah, the websites are really detailed in terms of, so as well as the specific times, you can actually, it's a lot more specific to a local area. So if it's raining in this part of town, so you can plan everything a lot more accurately. But I do like the big messages that the government sends out when it's there's some kind of warning for the air, or if it's going to be really rainy or really hot, they'll say to take care of it being really hot, or to wear a mask, or to be careful like that. So that's really a nice thing. In England, I don't think we don't really have the need for, okay everybody, everything's normal, just relax, nothing different. But here, if it's because you've got the kind of differences, the huge differences, like the extremes of weather, like dust or the rain or the heat or the cold, then the government sends out that warning to everybody just to be careful or to give information about that.
The messages will come to your phone. If there's a weather warning, people that are not expecting anything just gonna know it because it's just gonna automatically alert their phone.
So the websites here in Korea, because they have so much information about the weather and the days and the specific times, also if you're looking at the satellite images, you can see weather coming in and you can control so many different parts of it. It's like your own weatherman. Minority Report put on a phone. In Korea, because it's so accurate, it's really benefit to use it. So if you like this video, you can like, comment and subscribe, and I hope the weather is nice where you are and that the sun is shining.
Check the weather and stay safe.
Bye bye!